Hey guys, welcome back to another lesson with Cody here at Aviation. Today I want to go a little bit more into depth in how to get a special flight permit or a ferry permit. So a special flight permit becomes necessary because of the regulation FAR 91.7, which specifies that an aircraft must be in airworthy condition in order to be operated. Next, the definition of airworthy means that the aircraft conforms to its type certificate or supplemental type certificate. It's in a condition for safe flight. It is maintained per the FARs, as well as a U.S. registration certificate. So some examples of when you might need a ferry permit would be if, let's say, you had your aircraft off airport somewhere, and you realize that you ran over some required inspection or some required maintenance that doesn't make the aircraft otherwise unsafe for flight. So in that case, you would need to apply for the special flight permit and get it back to a location where the maintenance or repairs can be made. So it could be, it could be out of annual. It could have had a prop strike or some other mild damage. If the aircraft is still able to be flown safely, that would be a prime candidate for getting a special flight permit. Another example might be if you have an airworthy aircraft that is in impeding danger. So let's say you had a forest fire that is gradually making its way towards the aircraft location, but you don't want to fly illegally, so therefore you have to go get yourself a airworthiness, or you have to go get yourself a special flight permit or a ferry permit. So the first step that you're going to do is you're going to want to find a A&P or a mechanic that can do a safe for ferry flight sign off in the aircraft maintenance logbooks. So you're going to have to find someone, have them spec the aircraft for you, and if they decide that the aircraft is not airworthy, but that it is still technically safe for flight, then that mechanic will hopefully sign off on the flight for you. Next, you're going to have to fill out the FAA Form 81 or 8130-3, which is the application for airworthiness certificate. It's a fairly long form. However, I've never filled out one personally, but from what I hear, the only parts of the form that need to be filled out by you, or by the aircraft owner, is parts 1, 2, and 7. So once you've filled out that form, you can fax or email in your application to your local FSDO or FSDO. If anyone besides the owner of the aircraft wants to apply for the special flight permit, they'll have to have written permission from the aircraft owner in order to apply. So you can get your ferry permit in different forms depending on who you go to. It might either be in the form of basically a letter, or it can be in the form of a special airworthiness certificate. So typically your special flight permit or ferry permit will have some basic restrictions, such as you can only operate in day VFR conditions, you can only have the pilot and required crew members aboard, i.e. you can't take passengers up when the aircraft is not airworthy. You have to have the logbook sign-off saying that the aircraft is safe for ferry. It's good for only one flight. ADs or airworthiness directives must be complied with, and the permit is good for I believe 10 days from the application date. Last but not least, you want to make sure that you call your aircraft insurance provider and make sure that they will cover this flight when the aircraft is not technically airworthy. They might have some caveats you might have to ask ahead of time, but I hear that you can get screwed if you don't ask for prior permission from insurance. All right, Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'll see you next Thursday. All right, bye.